On the first day of college, the campus idol offered to treat the whole class to a shopping spree at the mall. Everyone cheered in excitement, while I quietly locked my black card inside a military-grade safe. All because of what happened in my past life. The campus idol's phone had brushed against my card, and in the blink of an eye, he secretly swiped nearly 18 billion, which was exactly the amount my classmates had spent. I confronted him about it, but I was secretly recorded, posted online, and subjected to vicious cyberbullying. Just as I was about to call the cops, someone slipped poison into my drink. I died right then and there. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the exact day he announced. He was giving everyone a welcome gift. Guys, it's fate that brought us together. I've decided to give you all a huge gift. Go to the mall and pick out whatever you want. Hearing those familiar words, a surge of hatred instantly boiled up inside me. The classmates didn't care much at first, until he pulled out a black card. Let's all go pick out some LV bags and some high-end designer sunscreen too. If you get tired, I'll treat you to a day tour at the most expensive hot spring resort, Zhao Kai asked the class smugly. The hot spring resort he mentioned was the most prestigious entertainment spot in the city. A single ticket cost up to 45 million. Hearing this, the whole class went wild. Oh my god, young Master Zhao is so rich. I'm definitely going to be your loyal follower from now on. A young master's treat hits different. Even if the heavens fall, I'm absolutely going. Seeing me stay silent, Zhao Kai slapped me hard on the back. Shen Yi, you're coming too, right? Everyone else is going. If you don't go, you're looking down on me. Lin Juan also grabbed my hand. Shen Yi, it didn't matter how isolated you were in high school, but we finally made it to college. Zhao Kai genuinely wants to give us a gift. Just come with us. I seamlessly brushed Lin Xuan's hand away, the corners of my mouth twitching up. Go! Of course I'm going. If I don't go, how will I get to see? Zhao Kai making an absolute fool of himself? For the grudge of my past life, in this life, I'll make him pay blood for blood. In the afternoon, I took some time to drop by my house. I locked the black card my parents gave me inside a safe. A military-grade one. This safe is incredibly sturdy. Even a grenade blast wouldn't leave a scratch on it. My iris is the only passcode to open it. For an ordinary person, opening it would be harder than reaching the sky. After making sure the black card was secure, I had someone make a fake one. An identical replica of the black card, which I carried with me. Everything was ready. Zhao Kai called me 3 times like his life depended on it. Shen Yi, why aren't you here yet? Everyone's waiting, Xiao Yuan already said. If you don't show up, she's cutting ties with you. Hearing the way Zhao Kai addressed Lin Yuan had changed. My heart didn't even skip a beat. In high school, I had a secret crush on Lin Yuan for 3 years. I even applied to the exact same college as her. But this woman neither accepted nor rejected me, just stringing me along. In my past life, seeing her hug Zhao Kai finally woke me up. It wasn't that she didn't want to date. She just wanted to play me for a fool. I originally had no intention of going to the mall, but Lin Xuan shamelessly clung to me and forced me to go. I instinctively went along with her. As a result, I was dealt a fatal blow by Zhao Kai. Even the vial of poison that took my life was hand-picked by her just to curry favor with Zhao Kai. This kind of hypocritical snake isn't even fit to carry my shoes. The other end of the line was still rushing me. I gave a non-committal grunt and told the driver to take me to the mall entrance. When Zhao Kai saw my family's car, his eyes nearly popped out of his head. Everyone's been waiting forever for you. Hurry up and get in. Seeing me arrive late, the surrounding classmates all had ugly looks on their faces. Shen Yi, what are you showing off for? Making all of us wait for you alone. You think you're some kind of royalty? Take a look in the mirror and see if you're worth wasting our time. I looked at these people coldly until I locked eyes with Lin Xuan. You actually wore cheap street clothes here? You're really looking down on everyone. I looked down at the tracksuit I was wearing. This t-shirt alone is worth nearly 2 billion. It's a custom piece from a top-tier fashion house. The material is terrifyingly expensive. Wearing it in the middle of summer feels like carrying a portable axe. I couldn't help but let out a scoff. A country bumpkin like you obviously wouldn't know the real deal. This shirt is enough to buy your life. Maybe my words were too harsh because Lin Xuan's eyes instantly turned red. It was Zhao Kai who stepped up to play the good guy again. All right. We're all old classmates here. Don't make things so tense. Everyone, hurry inside and pick your gifts. As long as it's under 350 million, it's on me. The classmates instantly exploded in cheers. Their shouts echoed loudly. Long live young Master Zhao. Unlike someone else, acting all high and mighty with no money, it's absolutely disgusting. I knew they were cursing me out, but watching their backs as they rushed into the designer stores, I smiled. The real show was just beginning. Let's see how, without me as his personal ATM, Zhao Kai plans to clean up this mess. Lin Xuan stuck close behind Zhao Kai, asking with a gentle face, "Brother Zhao, is there anything you like?" Zhao Kai froze for a second, then looked shy. "Having you walk around with me is already the best gift I could ask for." After saying that, he grabbed Lin Yan's hand, basking in the crowd's praise like stars surrounding the moon. His face turned as red as a monkey's butt. Seeing that I wasn't following, Zhao Kai immediately called out, "Shen Yi, hurry up and pick a gift too. Don't be polite with me." His act of playing the good guy instantly made my cold expression look like an eyesore. Right away, a lackey jumped out to show his loyalty. "Shen Yi, if you don't want the gift, then just get the hell out of here. Zhao Kai treats you so well, and you still put on that stank face? You really don't know how to appreciate a favor. Don't think renting a luxury car makes you a rich kid. If you don't have the life of a young master, don't act like one." Seeing these people curse more and more aggressively, I stopped and pretended I was going to leave. Zhao Kai panicked and grabbed me tightly. "Guys, don't talk about Shen Yi like that. He's my best bro." When he said this, his voice was trembling. He was clearly feeling guilty, probably terrified that if I left, there'd be no sucker left to foot the bill for him. But I wasn't actually planning to leave. If I left, how would I watch the rest of the show? "Fine, Zhao Kai. I'll go pick out a gift then." Zhao Kai wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. He hurriedly urged, "Go on, take whatever you want. Absolutely do not hold back." I played along and casually picked out a backpack. How ridiculous. In the past, these basic models wouldn't even be worth a second glance from me. Most of the classmates had already picked out their favorite designer items. Lin Xuan, egged on by Zhao Kai, chose an exorbitantly expensive watch. The watch face sparkled so brightly under the lights it was blinding. I immediately recognized it as this season's new arrival. It had to be at least 3 or 4 billion. Yet Zhao Kai didn't even blink, waving his hand to buy it with extreme generosity. As long as Xuan likes it, I'd gladly buy 10 of them. Lin Xuan was beyond touched and planted a kiss on the corner of his lips. The surrounding classmates immediately cheered. The excited screams made even the sales staff grin from ear to ear. Young Master Zhao is truly generous, giving away a multi-billion gift just like that. Someone immediately chimed in. "Exactly. I heard someone chased Lin Xuan for 3 whole years and couldn't even gift her a 30 million item. Cheap to the bone. A broke loser shouldn't dream of climbing up to a great beauty. He's not even fit to carry young Master Zhao's shoes." Lin Xuan shot me a provocative look. I just shrugged, not bothering to care about her. Seeing that everyone had finished picking, the shopping spree came to an end. When the staff brought over the post machine, Zhao Kai's expression suddenly changed. My black card is gone." The classmates were all stunned. They hurriedly bent down to the floor, helping Zhao Kai look for a card that never existed in the first place. The whole group searched for ages, but there was no sign of the card anywhere. Lin Huan looked at Zhao Kai with a worried face. "Could someone have stolen your card?" As soon as she said that, everyone's eyes simultaneously darted toward me. Zhao Kai looked distressed. He looked at me with a face full of guilt. "Shen Yi, today you and I were the only ones who accidentally bumped into each other. Is it possible you took my card by mistake? I remember you had a card in your pocket too. Could you take it out and let me see it for a second?" I looked at him with a smirk. "Are you saying I stole your card? What kind of joke is this? Does my family look like the type to lack this kind of pocket change?" He awkwardly scratched his head. "I just want to confirm it. I never said you stole it. Everyone's gifts are already packed up. Let's not waste any more of their time." Seeing Zhao Kai backed into a corner, a few guys immediately jumped out to help. "Shen Yi, we just want to take a look at your card. It's not like we're doing anything to it. Taking a look won't kill you." "What? You think we can magically swipe your money?" The words "swipe your money" clearly struck a nerve with Zhao Kai. His expression shifted drastically, and he hurriedly urged, "Yeah, Shen Yi. Just let me take a quick look at the card." Seeing that the time was ripe, I slowly pulled a card out of my pocket, pretending to be furious. "Fine, take a good look and see if this is yours." I handed the card to Zhao Kai. He glanced at it and handed it back to me, his eyes full of apology, but the corners of his mouth secretly curled up. "My bad, this really is your card." After saying that, he patted his pocket, then suddenly acted as if he just realized something. "Oh man, turns out my card was right here." I coldly watched this little performance. The crowd that had just been piling on looked visibly awkward. They whispered among themselves, "What a show-off." If he hadn't acted so high and mighty from the start, who would have suspected him? If he really had money, why would he freeload off Zhao Kai's gift? So sickening. I see someone with no money who just loves to pretend. Who knows, that black card might just be a prop bought online. It's probably a fake. Hearing this, I silently gave this guy a thumbs up. You hit the nail on the head. This card really is a fake. Seeing the good part was about to begin, I couldn't stop my lips from curling up. Zhao Kai found them too noisy and signaled for everyone to quiet down. Only then did they reluctantly shut their mouths. All the gifts were packed up. Everyone was carrying bags of all sizes. The salesperson approached with a fawning smile. Young Master Zhao, the total bill this time is over 21 billion. Since you're a VIP client, we've specially prepared a VIP card for you. We even rounded down the change. You just need to swipe exactly 21 billion. Perhaps this was the butterfly effect, brought about by my rebirth. The amount Zhao Kai threw around this time was a whole 3.5 billion more than in my past life. He didn't even hesitate for a second, pulling out the black card to swipe it. Lin Yuan frowned slightly. She hadn't expected Zhao Kai to actually drop such a massive amount of money. The moment the card swiped successfully, I looked down at my phone. There was no deduction notification. Looking at the long string of zeros in my account balance made me feel incredibly at ease. While everyone was frantically kissing up to Zhao Kai, a blood-curdling scream suddenly rang out like a slaughtered pig. Zhao Kai was glued to his phone, screaming hysterically, "Why is my balance only 7,000 dong?" After screaming that, he realized he had lost his composure. Almost single-handedly destroying the rich young master image he had worked so hard to build. He hurriedly and awkwardly tried to cover it up. I didn't mean that." The classmates around him exchanged confused looks, then chimed in to defend him. Why would young Master Zhao care about this pocket change? The car must have hit its limit. Why don't we wait a bit? Once young Master Zhao makes a quick call to his family, it'll be sorted out. Yeah, we already accepted his gifts anyway. How could we just stand by and watch Zhao Kai in a tough spot? Hearing that last sentence, I honestly couldn't hold back a laugh. That laugh instantly drew all the crossfire toward me. What the hell are you laughing at? Didn't you take young Master Zhao's gift too? Taking advantage and still acting all high and mighty? Watch it. Young Master Zhao just needs to say one word. Just one word, and your whole family is done for. My whole family done for. I'm afraid even if you combined 100 Jiao families, it wouldn't even amount to the spare change in my family's savings. In my past life, it was all because of that. 17 billion mysteriously vanishing. That I fell out with Zhao Kai. If he had just explained things to me properly back then, I might have given him a few days' grace to scrape the money together and pay me back. Ruining our brotherhood over some pocket change really wasn't worth it. His mistake was that he didn't just covet my money, he also wanted my life. Looking at the 300 million bag in my hand, my mood suddenly improved. I wouldn't dare. Who would dare offend young Master Zhao? Offending him means offending this entire class. If anyone dares to bully him, I'll be the first to object. Hearing these words, Zhao Kai's face grew even uglier. He roared, "Shut up, all of you!" Lin Xuan couldn't wait, and immediately strapped the watch onto her wrist. The diamond-studded watch perfectly highlighted her slender, fair wrist. It was truly eye-catching. "Zhao Kai, didn't you say you were taking us to the hot spring resort? When are we leaving? When we get there, I'll personally give you a massage, so you can completely relax." Just this one sentence made the frustrated Zhao Kai burst into a smile. He still hadn't given up, glancing at my pocket again. "Shen Yi, can you let me see your card one more time?" Without batting an eye, I handed the card straight to him. I watched him flip it over and over, scrutinizing it for a solid minute, before reluctantly handing it back. Of course, he couldn't spot anything wrong with it. This card was a 1-1 replica of the real deal. Aside from the fact that it couldn't be used at an ATM to withdraw cash, everything else was identical to the real thing. Zhao Kai stood there, frozen in hesitation for a moment, then suddenly stood up and laughed. "My parents just transferred the money to me. Now let's head to the hot spring resort and party." The crowd erupted in cheers again. "Long live young Master Zhao!" Right then, my phone buzzed. I looked down to see the investigation results had arrived. Looking at the background report on Zhao Kai, on my screen, I couldn't help but laugh. This laugh once again provoked Zhao Kai's lackeys. "What the hell are you laughing at? You're broke as a joke, and all you do is show off." I looked up expressionlessly, memorizing the names of the ones cursing me the loudest. To watch the rest of this play, I still followed them to the entrance of the resort. A staff member came over to greet us. Zhao Kai waved his hand. Put all of today's expenses on my tab. Bring out the most expensive services for my classmates. The priciest combo. Make sure everyone has the time of their lives. As soon as he finished speaking, the crowd erupted into another roaring cheer. The staff member grinned from ear to ear, pulling out the pose machine. 450 million per person. For a total of 30 people, that comes out to nearly 14 billion. Zhao Kai confidently swiped his card, but all we heard was a beep. Transaction failed. The staff member looked confused. Young Master Zhao, did you hand me the wrong card? There's no money on this card. Zhao Kai was also stunned. His face instantly turned an ugly shade of purple. What kind of nonsense are you spouting? The one thing I don't lack is money. Then he fixed his gaze on me, his eyes filled with hatred. But mostly, it was confusion. Over 30 students from our class were packed into the lobby, blocking the way for everyone else. The staff saw the situation and grew even more anxious. Young Master Zhao, please use a different card. Don't hold up the other guests behind you. After all, every guest here spends billions. A few minutes' delay could mean a loss of hundreds of millions. Then the other students started whispering among themselves. Didn't Zhao Kai's family just give him money? How could he not have enough? Don't be ridiculous. Zhao Kai just bought us all these expensive designer items. How could he be short on such a small amount? Lin Yuan, wanting to defend her idol, snapped at the staff member. Are you blind? Can't you see we're all carrying designer bags? Mr. Zhao Kai's card is just having a little trouble. Will it kill you to wait a minute? Her help was only making it worse for Zhao Kai. Zhao Kai's face was as white as a sheet. His hand holding the card trembled as if he had Parkinson's. In the end, he actually dared to try and use me. Shen Yi, we're all classmates here. How about you cover this for me first? I think my card has exceeded its limit. It won't go through. Hearing this ridiculous excuse, I sneered inwardly, but on the outside I had to pretend to be completely thunderstruck. Bro, my car is just a rental. Where am I supposed to get 14 billion to give you? You could sell me and you still wouldn't get a fraction of that. Zhao Kai must have looked into my background. He knows exactly who I am. He didn't care when the others called me poor and pathetic. I let it slide. And now he has the nerve to ask me for money? What a pipe dream. The seconds ticked by. The other waiting guests started to complain loudly. What kind of resort is this? There are over 30 people just standing here like statues. Are you going to let us in or not? Get your boss out here. I want to file a complaint. A few hot-tempered guys even yelled right at them. If you don't have the money, then get the hell out of the way. If you do, then hurry up and pay. Don't just stand there, taking up space and doing nothing. Immediately, one of the sycophants jumped in to defend him. Our young master Jao has plenty of money. Believe it or not, he could bankrupt you with a single word. How dare you talk to me like that? Just you wait. I'll make you regret this. These idiots, these morons thought they were helping Zhao Kai. Their faces full of smug satisfaction. But they never expected that when Zhao Kai got a clear look at the guest, his soul nearly left his body. He was scared out of his wits. Anyone who can afford to spend money here is a big shot in the business world. Forget Zhao Kai, even the entire Zhao family wouldn't dare to offend someone like that. He must have realized it too. Getting money out of me was an impossible dream. That 21 billion just now was all hard cash, straight from his own pocket. Just thinking about it made Zhao Kai's heart bleed. He gritted his teeth and forced out 3 words. Let's go. Lin Xian asked blankly, go where? Aren't we supposed to be partying at the hot spring resort? Zhao Kai clenched his fists, his knuckles cracking. His face was as dark as soot. He mumbled in a voice as faint as a mosquito's buzz, back to the mall to return everything. The 2 words, return everything, coming from Zhao Kai's mouth, sounded like something out of a fantasy novel. The air around them seemed to freeze for a second. Immediately after, the staff member's expression darkened. If you're leaving, then get lost. Don't interfere with our business. A bunch of broke college kids acting like big shots. Because any more trouble, and I'll have security throw you out. As soon as he finished speaking, several burly men really did surround us, chasing us out of the hot spring resort like a flock of ducks. The weather was scorching hot. Standing outside for less than 2 minutes, we were already drenched in sweat. Everyone's anger was ignited, their fury erupting. Zhao Kai, are you crazy? What do you mean return everything? How can you ask for a gift back after you've already given it? Are you making a joke out of us? We followed you around all day, and this is how you treat us? One person said one thing, another said something else. The arguing was enough to give anyone a headache. Seeing that Zhao Kai was about to collapse under the pressure, Lin Yuan started to panic. After all, the watch on her wrist was worth over 3.5 billion. She was the one here who wanted to return the items the least. Everyone, just calm down a little. Zhao Kai is a bit short on cash right now. We're classmates. Shouldn't we help each other out? The moment she said that, someone immediately flared up. We wasted our whole day following him around. This money is the compensation we deserve for our trouble. You want us to give back what's already in our hands? Dream on! Zhao Kai was frustrated, pulling at his hair. He paced frantically in front of the entrance like a spinning top. Finally, he came up with this terrible idea. Shenyi has a black card too. All you have to do is snatch it from him, and you can get into the hot spring resort. He's much richer than I am. You can spend as much as you want. The only condition is that I have to return my stuff first. Otherwise, I'll call the police. He thought that by shifting all the blame onto me, the crowd would pounce on me like a pack of hungry wolves to snatch my card. But as it turned out, not a single person believed I was some rich young master. Shen Yi has money? Look at his cheap clothes. Those raggedy, cheap things. You couldn't even get a few bucks for them. Call the police? On what grounds? There are cameras everywhere. You gave these gifts to us willingly. Besides, we're all students from a prestigious university. You think threatening to call the cops is going to scare us? Zhao Kai's face grew darker and darker. He finally realized the situation was out of his control. So he showed his true colors. My family does have money. Guess what? How much do you think it would cost me to buy one of your lives? If you know what's good for you, give the stuff back now. Otherwise, I'll make you pay with your lives. My fingers twitched slightly. I was secretly recording this conversation. I was worried I wouldn't be able to get any leverage on him, to make him taste what it's like to go bankrupt. But this time, he handed me the knife himself. Just as the scene descended into chaos, a luxury car suddenly pulled over. In front of everyone, a man wearing a thick gold chain got out. Zhao Kai's expression changed. Before he could even open his mouth, he was hit with a stinging slap right across the face. Who gave you permission to touch the money in the company account? Do you have any idea that the project fell through because of that 20 billion? The company is suffering heavy losses right now. The man still wasn't satisfied. He swung his hand and delivered another slap. I thought Zhao Kai would cause a scene in the middle of the street. I never expected him to drop to his knees with a thud. The great young Master Zhao, kneeling before someone in the middle of the street like this. Brother, I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. He glanced at the classmates behind him, still trying to hold on. I already promised to take them to the hot spring resort. Can you lend me another 14 billion? I'll pay you back as soon as I graduate and start working at the company. Hearing the number 14 billion, Zhao Fei froze. Immediately after, he flew into a rage, his fists clenching so hard they cracked. Veins popped out on his forehead. So you blew that 21 billion on this bunch of losers. Zhao Kai. If I don't beat you to death today, then my last name isn't Zhao. After saying that, he landed another punch on Zhao Kai's face. Zhao Kai's face immediately swelled up like a pig's head. Blood streamed from his nose. Seeing some people trying to sneak away, he yelled desperately, "Brother, they're the ones who tricked me. They were the ones who instigated me to buy the gifts. You have to believe me. I'm your own brother. The stuff was just bought. As long as we can return it, the money will go right back into the company account." Hearing this, Zhao Fei stopped. He glanced at the people there and coldly ordered his men, rip all those designer bags from their hands and throw them in the trunk, then take them to be returned. But he had underestimated human greed. The moment he finished speaking, the whole crowd took off running for their lives. The bodyguards gave chase, but it was too dark. They only managed to catch a few unlucky ones. Lin Wan didn't run. Instead, she was putting on a deeply emotional performance. I can give the watch back to you. I'm with Zhao Kai and it's not for his money at all. I watched coldly, understanding everything perfectly. She thought that even if Zhao Kai had fallen from grace this time, he was still a rich young master. As long as she clung to this golden ticket, she wouldn't have to worry about money in the future. Even if she lost this 3 billion, what's to worry about once she's married in? Zhao Fei was clearly an old fox. He saw right through her with a single glance. Seeing Zhao Kai crying and hiding in Lin Wan's arms, he spoke coldly. A poor wretch like you thinks you're worthy? What? Lin Wan took a step back, a look of disbelief on her face. Zhao Fei let out a cold laugh. He shoved her away. I've seen this kind of trick 1,000,000 times. It only works on my idiot brother. The Zhao family will never allow a gold-digging woman like you through our doors. Lin Wan's eyes immediately turned red. Her face paled and flushed by turns. Finally, a flicker of hesitation appeared in her eyes. But just now, to show her loyalty, she had already handed over the item. Getting it back now was impossible. That meant her 3 billion was gone for good. I clicked my tongue inwardly. She really lost both the bait and the fish. What a bad move. If Lin Wan had just run off with that watch earlier, that 3 billion would probably be safely in her pocket by now. I stood by and watched the whole thing, as if I were watching a farce. Zhao Kai, seeing there was no way out, started to pin all the blame on me again. It was this guy who came up with that stupid idea. He insisted that I had to give out greeting gifts. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have wasted all this money for nothing. Seeing him speak with such conviction, an impatient Zhao Fei glanced over at me. That one glance froze him to the spot. Immediately after, he swung his hand and slapped Zhao Kai with all his might. Then he roared, "Did you leave your brain at home? How dare you offend a figure of his stature? This is the young master of the richest family in the city. He's a true heir." Zhao Fei respectfully approached me. He bowed 90 degrees and said, "Young Master Shen, my sincerest apologies. My brother is ignorant. He has troubled you." After hearing that, everyone present was petrified. The classmates who hadn't left yet were even more shocked, their jaws on the floor. Shen Yi is the young master of the richest family? How is that possible? He dresses like a beggar. He doesn't look rich at all. You've got to be kidding us. Faced with Zhao Fei's outstretched hand, I didn't even bother to look at it, speaking coldly. Troubled me? To me, this was more than just a little trouble. As long as Xiao Kai is here, your Zhao family won't have a single day of peace. Those words carried immense weight, suppressing everyone around. No one dared to even breathe too loudly. Zhao Fei gritted his teeth, wishing he could devour Zhao Kai alive. He immediately raised his hand and landed a heavy slap on his head. Then he turned to me with a fawning expression. "Young Master Shen, you find him an eyesore, don't you? In that case, I'll beat him. I'll keep beating him until you're no longer angry." The first slap landed with a sharp crack. The second, third, and fourth followed without stopping. Zhao Kai was beaten until he was crying for his parents. His miserable screams echoed throughout the entrance of the hot spring resort. Passers-by all stopped to watch the commotion, as if they were watching a monkey show. This time, Zhao Kai had lost face for all his ancestors. Then he roared with resentment. "Shen Yi, there's no bad blood between us. Why the hell are you framing me like this, you despicable bastard? Bullying others with your background? You call that having skills? Just you wait one day, I'll make sure your entire Shen family dies without a burial place." Hearing this absolute joke, I couldn't hold back my laughter. The Zhao family still has to look at the Shen family's faces just to survive. If there really comes a day of ruin, the ones dying first will definitely be your Zhao family. Businessmen despise bad omens the most. Cursing us like this is no different from digging your own grave. Hearing those hateful words, Zhao Fei's eyebrows shot up in fury. He grabbed a slipper and smacked him right across the face. "That'll teach you to spew shit from your mouth. Apologize to young Master Shen right now." Zhao Kai's head was slammed into the ground. He kowtowed right in front of me, over and over again. By the time he hit 99 kowtows, Zhao Kai's forehead was a bloody mess. He lay sprawled on the floor like a dead dog, gasping for air, barely clinging to life. "I'm sorry, young Master Shen, I know I was wrong." I used the tip of my shoe to lift his chin and smiled. "Tell me, where exactly did you go wrong?" Zhao Kai's eyes turned bloodshot with rage. His eyes rolled back, and he passed out from sheer anger. Watching him get carried into the ambulance, Zhao Fei approached me apologetically. "Young Master Shen, how about I treat your classmates to a hot spring resort to relax? Consider it my way of apologizing to you." I shot Zhao Fei a sideways glance, my face full of disgust. "You think they're even worthy?" The rest of those classmates were so terrified that all the color drained from their faces. They didn't even dare to breathe too loudly. With Zhao Kai's example right in front of them, they were finally genuinely afraid of me. Only Lin Wan had the thick skin to sidle up to me. It was hard to tell if she was excited or ashamed. "Shen Yi, are you really the young master of the wealthiest family? I was so blind before. I only treated you like that because of Zhao Kai. It's all my fault." She looked up, her pretty eyes brimming with crocodile tears. "Could you give me one more chance? Can we go back to being friends like before?" Looking at Lin Wan's pathetic, groveling display, I felt so disgusted I wanted to throw up my breakfast. Back when I treated her with absolute sincerity, she wouldn't even spare me a single glance. I used to think she was just naturally aloof. Turns out, she's just a gold digger, despising the poor and fawning over the rich. Reaching this point, I actually felt a bit lucky. Good thing I kept a low profile back in high school and never revealed my true background to anyone. Otherwise, how could I have seen through Lin Wan's true colors and avoided being led around by the nose like a fool? Right then, another supercar pulled up. It was the Shen family's car. I shoved Lin Wan aside, my tone dripping with sarcasm. You want to be my friend? Why don't you take a good look in the mirror? See if you're even worthy. Having trash like you even carry my shoes would just dirty my hands. A few days later, military training ended. I moved out of the dorms that very night. I originally wanted to experience a normal college life, but I never expected to run into a freak like Zhao Kai. I didn't want to live in constant fear over taking a sip of water, because I was afraid of being poisoned. When my parents found out, my mom didn't even hesitate. She immediately bought the most expensive $10 million villa right next to the campus. To me, money is just a number. I thought this whole ordeal was over, but unexpectedly, the Zhao family elders dragged Zhao Kai all the way to my old house. It had only been a few days, but he had lost so much weight he barely looked human. His arms and legs were covered in visible, crisscrossing scars. His face was gaunt and sallow, completely stripped of the arrogant, domineering attitude he had before. The moment he saw me, his knees gave out. With a heavy thud, he dropped to his knees. Young Master Shen, I was a scumbag before. You can beat me or curse me all you want. If you don't forgive me, the Zhao family will kick me out. With that, he slammed his head against the floor 3 times. Thud, thud, thud. After just those 3 hits, the scabs on his forehead split wide open. Blood dripped onto the floor. I gave a subtle look, and the servants immediately wiped the floor spotless. Sitting on the sofa, I said casually, "Kowtow 10 more times, and I'll consider it." Zhao Kai shot me a venomous glare, gritted his teeth, and kowtowed 10 more times. Is this enough? Seeing me seemingly soften, a smile instantly broke out on his face. But before his joy could fully set in, the corners of my mouth curled into a mocking smirk. Tell the Zhao family to drag you back home. Just looking at you makes me sick. You disgust me. I only said I'd consider it. I never said I would, actually. Forgive someone like you? Zhao Kai froze instantly. He sat slumped on the floor, looking like a ridiculous clown. I looked away and turned to leave. Just as I reached the main gate, a sudden noise came from behind me, followed immediately by the clatter of a knife hitting the floor. Zhao Kai actually tried to stab me to death. Too bad my bodyguards aren't just for show. They had noticed something was off right away. He didn't even manage to touch a single hair on my head before bringing total ruin upon himself. I took the security footage of the attempted murder, along with the audio recording of his arrogant threats from that day, and handed it all over to the police. Zhao Kai was charged with attempted murder and slapped with a 15-year prison sentence. The Zhao family, disgusted by the humiliation he caused, publicly announced his expulsion from the family. From now on, the Zhao family's wealth has absolutely nothing to do with him, not even a single dime. By the time he gets out of prison with only a high school diploma, he'll spend the rest of his life rotting in the slums. All of this was exactly as I planned, because this was the trap I set for him. Just making him suffer physical pain would never be enough to quell the hatred in my heart, only by completely destroying the rest of his life. Could my anger truly be appeased? 4 years of college flew by in the blink of an eye. I made genuine friends and met the right person. When we got married, she suddenly asked about my first love. Lin Wan's detestable face flashed through my mind. An intense wave of nausea instantly washed over me. I shook my head and smiled, saying that my first love was nothing but trash, better left unmentioned. In this life, you are the only one I love. I linked my arm with hers. We strolled leisurely down the street, as if we were the only 2 people in the world. Looking up at the moon high above, I couldn't help but marvel at this rebirth. I've made up for all my regrets. The past has finally turned to a new page. What awaits me now is a bright and glorious future.